I was supposed to be home alone for just one night. That's what my parents told me when they left for their anniversary trip. You're 16, Mike. You'll be fine. Lock the doors, don't answer for strangers, and order pizza if you want. I laughed. Home alone? Like some dumb kid's movie? Please, I wasn't scared. I was old enough to take care of myself. But by midnight, I realized something was wrong. The house felt different without them there. Too quiet. The kind of quiet where you can hear the fridge humming and the clock ticking in the hallway. I tried to ignore it, turning up the volume on the TV as I flipped through channels. Some horror movie was on, the kind with cheap jump scares and screaming teenagers. I smirked. Not scary at all. Then I heard the first noise, a scratching sound, not loud but clear enough to cut through the TV's noise, like fingernails dragging across glass. Coming from the kitchen. I muted the TV. The sudden silence felt heavy. Probably. Just the wind, I muttered to myself, but my hands were already sweating. I waited. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Faster this time. More urgent. My skin prickled. The kitchen was pitch black, the only light coming from the flickering TV behind me. I grabbed the nearest thing I could use as a weapon, a stupid decorative baseball bat from the shelf, and crept forward, my bare feet cold against the hardwood floor. The second I stepped into the kitchen, the scratching stopped. I flicked on. The light, nothing. The window was shut, locked, nothing there. I let out a shaky breath. Just my imagination. Then I saw it. A single, smeared handprint on the glass, like someone had pressed their palm against it from the outside. But we lived on the second floor. My breath caught in my throat. I reached out, my fingers hovering just inches from the mark. It was still damp. I wiped it away quickly, like I could erase what I'd seen. Then I checked every door, every window in the house, all locked. I even called my parents just to hear a human voice. No answer. Probably at some fancy dinner, phone silenced. I was about to go back to the couch when I noticed it. The knife block. On the counter. One slot was empty. The butcher knife? I always put them back, always. My mouth went dry as I searched the kitchen, opening drawers, checking the sink. Nothing. That's when the floor creaked upstairs, a single, unmistakable sound. Like someone taking a careful step in the hallway above me. I stood frozen at the bottom of the steps, bat raised, staring into the blackness above. Another creak. Then another. Closer now. Like someone was walking, slowly, deliberately, down the hallway toward the stairs. My breath came in short, panicked bursts. My heart pounded so loud I was sure whatever was up there could hear it. "Hello?" I called, my voice cracking. No answer. Then from the darkness at the top of the stairs a shape moved. A shadow. Tall. Too tall. It stopped at the top step. Just standing there. I couldn't see its face in the darkness. I didn't want to. I ran. I slammed my bedroom door shut, locked it, and shoved my dresser in front with all my strength. My hands shook so badly I could barely dial 911. "What's your emergency?" "There's someone in my house," I hissed, trying to keep my voice down. "Are you sure? Have you seen them?" I opened my mouth to answer, when something dragged across the other side of the door, a slow, deliberate scrape, like a knife being dragged along the wood. The 911 operator kept talking, but I couldn't hear her over the blood roaring in my ears. Because then, from the other side of the door, a voice whispered, "Mike." "I'm home." It sounded like me. I spun around and screamed. There in my bedroom mirror stood a figure, my height, my clothes, but its face, no eyes, just black holes, a mouth stretched too wide. And in its hand, the missing butcher knife. It tilted, its head grinning with too many teeth. "You shouldn't have stayed alone," it said in my voice. Then it stepped out of the mirror. The last thing I remember is running, falling, the sound of glass breaking, then nothing. When the cops arrived, they found me outside, curled up in the driveway, babbling about a thing. Wearing my face. They searched the house, nothing, no broken glass, no missing knife, no sign anyone had been there at all. My parents came home early, worried. They said I must have fallen asleep and had a nightmare. But I know what I saw, because sometimes, late at night, I still hear scratching at my window. And when I look in the mirror too long, something looks back. They say houses remember, they soak up fear, pain, and sometimes they give it back. So next time you're home alone and you hear a noise, run, before whatever's inside realizes you're the intruder.